Welcome to wet and windy Mount Pleasant High School here on the campus of in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, for this Region 5 matchup between the Lewis County Panthers and the Mount Pleasant Tigers. My name is Mike Lyle. I'm here with Seth Campbell. We hope you are safe and warm if you're listening to us. We have a few people out here that have braved the elements to come out, but man, these are the few and the proud.
Yeah, the Mount Pleasant faithful are in attendance, and Lewis County faithful on the other side.
Yeah, for the conditions, we got a pretty good crowd, but it's Hurricane Helene has made her presence felt here in Middle Tennessee, and the wind and the rain has been blowing here for about 2 hours now. This is where the investment on our field, Coach, I think has paid off.
Yeah, it clearly has. We don't have the muddy, sloppy conditions you'd expect with a football game like this, or you might have at a football game elsewhere. We've got beautiful, bright, vibrant turf, and we'll see how it plays tonight. It could get slick in spots. I would expect that, and I think we're gonna have some balls on the turf tonight, so to speak. But we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, we can't avoid the water, but like you said, the mud and actually tearing the field up is a thing of the past nowadays. So we're really excited about this as we see the Mount Pleasant Tigers doing their traditional stadium walk coming into the field, getting ready to play a 3-2 Lewis County team. Record is a little bit deceiving here. You think a losing record and a team coming in that they're kind of down, but this is Lewis County, and they're always a tough customer for Mount Pleasant.
Yeah. I mean, 2-3. Don't get it twisted. That is deceiving. Their 3 losses are to 3 really good teams. If we underestimate this Lewis County squad tonight, we will come out of here with a loss. So we got to gear up. It's going to be a rough and tough, sloppy game, and let's see how it goes.
Yeah, Lewis County's coming off a tough loss to Loretto. They got beat 61-44, and it was a tough situation for them. Mount Pleasant, on the other hand, 5-0, 3-0 in the region, and coming off of a thrilling overtime victory against Summertown last week that we were more than happy to bring to you. But we hope we don't get that close this time.
Yeah. I'm still calming down after that Summertown win of that goal line stand in overtime there by your Mount Pleasant Tigers. That was one of the best high school football games I've ever seen. I'd like to win a little bit more comfortably tonight, but I'll take a win any way we can get it.
As long as we get one more point than they do, we're going to be happy. Lewis County won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. So it looks like Mount Pleasant's going to be getting the ball for this opening kickoff, and it looks like they'll probably be going into the wind, if I saw things right.
And our wonderful camera here at Front Porch Sports Media is picking up this rain. You can see the waves of rain twisting around in the wind, and it's nasty out there, folks.
This is Seth. This is where I'm glad that I'm retired.
Yeah,
here in a dry press box.
Oh yeah,
watching this game.
Players, coaches, everyone's wet out there. Everyone's wet.
Yeah, we looked at this. It's almost exactly 20 years ago. On September 14th, we played a game in a hurricane against Eagleville, and some of you long-time Mount Pleasant supporters remember that game. We had tried to avoid a hurricane. It sped up on us and changed the timing, and we ended up playing in a game much like this, except the field conditions weren't nearly this good.
I know this is a nice field, and it has held up to the rain in its artificial nature, which is nice. And I guess we should welcome all of our listeners on WKOM tonight,
before
right?
I forget, welcome to those we are the WKOM Murray County Game of the Week this week, and so we're glad to have you, our listening audience, aboard. Going deep for Mount Pleasant, number 4, J.P. Easterling, and number 22, I believe, is Carter Dunn.
I think that's a 23.
23?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 23, that'd be Brayden Parrish.
It's close. That 3, it's close. It's folded in there. I had to eyeball it real good. Brayden Parrish has had a pretty good year as a sophomore here at Mount Pleasant. Had a couple touchdowns, a good couple runs getting into the mix.
I would anticipate in this wind, either they're going to try to kick it way over our heads, or they're going to try to squib it and get the ball wet real quick. Little pooch kick. And Easterling fumbles the initial kickoff and cannot get himself going. So, and a flag immediately.
I expect to see a lot of that tonight. I mean, that ball's slick, and we have to stress ball security.
The ball on the 22, personal foul, Lewis County. I did not see what happened right there other than they were just celebrating the fact that they they made a close tackle down there.
I didn't see anything either, Coach.
Okay, referee was signaling to the coach over there that as they got up, they pushed our player down or pushed up on our player. So
if that's how they're going to call the game, then we have to be careful going forward. They might be a little ticky-tack with those and try to keep control of this game, so we need to be careful ourselves.
Yeah, knowing this is the two very proud programs, two programs that take a lot of pride in the physical nature of their game. So I'm sure the referee, in fact, the referee right now is talking to both teams just right up front. So again, going to get control of this situation quickly. And I don't know now what the delay is. They're kind of looking up here at the.
Is it the
maybe the
play clock's at 0.
Maybe the play clock that's messed up. We've been having problems with that play clock all year long. I don't know what the situation has been on that, and I'm sure Coach Hartsfield's been trying to get it fixed.
Just keep it manually if that doesn't work.
Yeah,
that's old school. You can if you're watching along with us, you can just see the wind and the rain just whipping these guys. I'm sure they'd like to get play started.
Yeah, just standing out here getting cold and wet. You want to get moving, get playing. You don't necessarily mind playing in this if you can keep moving. Okay, John Michael Wright got a motion to the right, handoff right up the middle.
Parrish.
And Parrish, boy, gets a big hole right up the middle on the left side. And a huge opening play right there, 9 yards on the first play. So that brings up 2nd and 1 at the Mount Pleasant 47-yard line.
He's such a good downhill runner. I've noticed it throughout the year. He just hits the hole and goes. Not much stutter to that step.
Wide receiver to the left. Snap, hands off, going to the right, cuts back up into the middle of the line and has another good hole and another good push by the Mount Pleasant front. First down, Mount Pleasant at the Lewis County 45-yard line. A really good start to this game so far.
Yeah, I mean, that ball security, you can see it here on the replay, too. He's got 2 hands on that ball, hitting that hole, and he's not letting that bad boy go, and that's of the utmost importance tonight.
And we're getting messages here, trying to take care of some technical issues, but
line up again here on 1st and 10.
All right, first, two receivers to the right, a shift over to the right to unbalance, another handoff to the right, and another good opening hole right there. Braden Parrish just punching holes right now in the Lewis County line. Going to be 2nd and 7 for Mount Pleasant at the Lewis County 42-yard line. This is exactly what Mount Pleasant wants to do, is keep the ball on the ground, just take up clock, eat up clock, and make Lewis County just make their offense kind of sit over on the side and get cold.
Yeah, and these have been effective runs by the sophomore, too.
Bunch to the right, motion to the left. Snap and a handoff straight up the middle to Parrish. Gets a gain of about 3.5 yards. It's tackled on a wraparound play. Looked like number 67. It's going to be 3rd and a long 3, maybe 4 yards at the 44-yard line of Lewis County. Good opening drive here. Hopefully we can convert on this 3rd down situation. Got a bunch up to the left, wide receiver to the right. Got right up the middle, and he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage right there. Met quickly by number 3, Caden Carroll for Lewis County, and that brings up 4th down. In fact, he lost a yard there. It's going to be 4th and 5. And again, for those of you listening on the radio, we're glad to have you back. We had a couple of issues that kind of knocked us off there for a little bit, but we're back on. Welcome to Mount Pleasant High School. We are here in the first quarter. We've got 8 minutes and 37 seconds left. Mount Pleasant's on their initial drive. It's 4th and 5, and it looks like they're lining up to go for it.
JP at quarterback.
JP Easterling at quarterback now. Motion back, fake the handoff to Jakari, and JP Easterling's going to be really, really close.
Yeah, he's going to be short.
And it looks like they're going to mark him short right there. He had really, really close and could not get the forward push that we needed. Going to come up about a yard short. So turnover on downs with 8 minutes and 2 seconds left here in the first quarter. Lewis County holds Mount Pleasant on 4th and 5.
Pretty good drive. It just kind of stalled out there. A couple runs that didn't get much traction, and JP couldn't get that extra yard on 4th down. But, I mean, a good drive.
Ended up in that kind of in that no man's land, too, of too far away for the field goal, and really didn't want to chance a punt in these conditions.
I don't know about field goals in these conditions tonight. I would like to see it.
2 receivers either way. Handoff. The number 5 gets met in the backfield and gets stacked up, and then tackled there by Derek Ridenauer. Finishes off the tackle.
Yeah, good play by our Mount Pleasant senior there. Some penetration right away in that hole made him kind of bounce it.
The ball was carried there by Drew Ray for Lewis County. 2 receivers right. Hand off to the right, and good penetration, but we missed the tackle. Good penetration turns him back into pursuit.
Evan had him. Let him go.
Okay, it's going to be 3rd and long. Going to be 3rd and about 6. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 at the Lewis County 41-yard line.
I'd like to see, I mean, I don't know how effective the passing game can be out there tonight. To be determined.
Yeah. Lewis County really does like to throw the ball a little bit more in these conditions, kind of play into Mount Pleasant's hands a little bit better. Quarterback straight drop back, throws a quick pass, and missed a couple of tackles right there, and he gets the first down. Bryce McDonald for Lewis County hits a short strike to Carroll and to Caden Carroll. And again, we were there, right there to make the tackle, and just slipped off of him. And again, in the wet conditions, that's another thing. We're going to have to be sure about tackling, because it's going to be really easy to slip off people.
That's a good point, Coach. They're going to be slippery out there, and that's what happened right there, it looked like.
Yeah, we had 2 guys right there at the point of attack. Handoff. He gets outside the containment right there. Turns upfield and gets a good gain. Gets out to about the Mount Pleasant 35-yard line. Ball carried there by Drew Ray. Pushed out by Hunter Holt. Got up under the defensive end right there where Lewis County kicked him out. Did a kick-out block and then a seal-down block. Our linebackers weren't able to get to the play in time. So now it's going to be 1st and 10, Lewis County at the Mount Pleasant 38-yard line. Lewis County on their initial possession here. Hand off to up the middle. It's met in the hole by Derek Ridenauer. Loses his helmet on the tackle right there, so he'll have to come out for a play, but met in the hole right there for a good tackle for a loss. So it's going to be 2nd and 11.
We're taking another quick look at it right here. We get some penetration up the middle by 60, and then Derek just finishes them off.
Yeah, this time the inside linebackers were able to get there in pursuit.
Good play, Derek.
McDonald, straight drop back, rolls a little bit to the right.
Wide
and
open.
Again, we're playing a little soft on the coverage right there. And it's a completion to Bentley Kelsey. for about 6 yards, 7 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 at the Mount Pleasant 28-yard line.
That's a big old cushion they're giving them, Coach. I mean, they're almost daring them to throw it.
With the wind at their back, and again, and we've been burned a couple of times by people getting behind us. So we've got, I'm sure they're cautious. They're very conscious of that right now. 2 receivers to the left. Hand off to number 5. Gets a hole, gets a seam, and is going to run all the way to the end zone for a Lewis County touchdown. Had a couple of good blocks, gave him a big seam right there, and the inside, our linebackers could not get to the inside-out play. We just didn't get there in time. Again, our outside linebacker trying to force the issue probably comes upfield a little bit too far. And he gets that little kick-out block, and then there's an alley right there that we just can't get people into. And he gets it all the way to the end zone. So with 5 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first quarter, Lewis County takes the lead. They're going to go for 2. 2 tight ends, what we call a dead T, straight T. And dive play, goes straight ahead and gets in for the 2-point conversion. So with 5 minutes, 2 seconds left in the first half, Lewis County takes the lead over Mount Pleasant 8-0. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network and the WKOM Game of the Week. And we are back after that message. Glad to have you here with us in this Region 5 contest. Lewis County puts together a pretty impressive drive in their first possession and marches about 65 yards after holding Mount Pleasant on downs and gets the first score of this game. So we're going to have to turn the momentum right here, something that hasn't had to happen very often.
Yeah, we got to make some plays. We got to go down there and get some points this drive. We don't want to get behind by 2 scores.
And a mix-up in receiver. We kind of got lucky right there. Jakari McClure went back to catch it over his shoulder, and Easterling kind of stayed out of his way. And, Coach, that's one of those things we used to teach in our special teams. You never want to catch the ball going backwards on a kickoff. The guy coming forward always has it. But we got lucky. Ball went out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, so it's going to come back out to the 35.
That's a good bounce for Mount Pleasant right there, getting that ball out of bounds.
Got a break on that play. So Mount Pleasant takes over 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
How important is it to get some points right here?
Again, this is a different.
Whoa, 2 penalties on Lewis County.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Was moved it, but Mount Pleasant gets the ball at the 50-yard line.
Got to take advantage of this field.
Must have been another personal foul or something.
That's what he signaled. I didn't see it though.
Handoff straight up the middle. Finding the yardage tough now. Looks like Lewis County's kind of made a couple of adjustments. Number 74, Jalen Edwards, makes the tackle on Braden Parrish.
And they got gashed twice in a row, and then it seems like they're playing a little bit tougher there for that run, expecting it. Coach Hartsfield might have something in store for him on the outside.
Got Dakota Alderson coming in for
McClure.
Jaden McClure. Got a bunch down here to the right. Wide receiver to the left. Handoff again up the middle. He's met there in the hole by number 44, Colby Cates, who comes up limping after that tackle.
Parrish doesn't shy away from contact, does he?
Parrish knows in these conditions it's north and south. Running sideways isn't going to get much done against this defense.
He plays the part well. He sure shows it.
So 3rd and 4 at the Lewis County 44-yard line. Easterling under center, and is going to follow the fullback.
Good hard run.
Up into the line, and looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Easterling gets a run to the right side right there, just tucks it and gets it behind the fullback for a lead block. Get a lead block right there and get a little bit of a seam.
Yeah, that was a good hard run by our Mount Pleasant sophomore JP there. He put his nose down and got that first down.
So 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. We got 3 minutes and 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. Mount Pleasant trying to answer the Lewis County touchdown. And a mix up in the backfield. And Easterling turns it back up into the line.
Picked up 2.
Able to turn it into a positive gain, but again, kind of had a mix up on who was getting the ball right there. Fullback thought he was leading. The tailback thought the fullback was getting the ball. We got 2nd and 7. Evan Plunkett at fullback. Give the ball to McClure.
Good cut.
And good cut right there, and he keeps his balance and keeps driving. It looks like they said he got his knee down right there. And a good cut right there to get a first down.
Let's take another look at it, Coach.
McClure right there gets a good lead block. Gets
Plunkett.
a good seam, good lead block right there and spins. And I don't know if that knee went down or not. They said it did, and but still got the first down at the 30-yard, at the 29-yard line.
That was a good hard run by him too. They're running hard tonight.
So we can just keep this momentum moving. Fullback straight up the middle. Plunkett gets a big gash. Good job by the left side of the Mount Pleasant line right there, giving him a seam, and he just punches it through for another first down. So it's now 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Mount Pleasant in the scoring zone, in the red zone. Minute 42 and counting here in this first quarter.
They're really switching up who's running that ball tonight and keeping them fresh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, hard-nosed running.
Nope, made one miss.
McClure tries to cut back. Gets a little more. I think he got a little bit more traction than he anticipated right there. Saw the hole, tried to cut back into it, and kind of lost his balance real quick.
He lost the ball too, but the ref ruled him down, thankfully.
So a gain only of 1, so it's 2nd and 9. And Mount Pleasant just needs to stay on track, keeping the chains moving right here, and don't get in any situation where they're going to have to throw the ball because they're facing the wind right now. And in the wet conditions, that's going to be tough as it is.
Yeah, those flags are blowing in
Unbalanced
their face.
to the right, and oh, golly, he gets met in the line there. Trying to catch the number there. I think it's number 41 no, it can't be 41.
It'll be about 3rd and 11.
It's going to be 3rd down and 11. The one thing we did not want to do right there. And it looked like we just had a busted blocking assignment.
Yeah, he came through Scott clean, met him. We're lucky we didn't fumble
the exchange right
the exchange.
there.
That was.
So it's going to be, if we don't get the first down here, it's going to be an interesting decision for Hartsfield. Got Easterling, got motion to the right. It's going to follow McClure in there. Gets a cut right up in there, but doesn't get enough for the yardage. And at the clock runs out at the end of the first quarter. It's going to be 4th and about 7 here at the end of the first quarter. But at the end of 1, it is Lewis County 8, Mount Pleasant 0. You're listening to the WKOM Game of the Week on the Front Porch Sports Network. We'll be right back after these messages. We're back here for the beginning of the second quarter, here in this Region 5 tilt between the Lewis County Panthers and the Mount Pleasant Tigers in a wet and windy night here in Mount Pleasant. Now that the change of the quarter, Mount Pleasant has the wind at their back.
Yeah,
and that may change the strategy just a little bit on both teams.
I don't
know. You know, with the conditions as they are, kicking game is really questionable right now. You know, until you just have to do it. It's going to be 4th and 7 at about the 16-yard line. Mount Pleasant lines up, trips to the right, a tight slot to the left. Easterling under center with nobody in the backfield behind him.
This is an interesting formation.
Then they shift over. Now they've got an overload to the right. And Lewis County didn't adjust.
He's trying to draw them off.
Tried to draw them off on that, and so they call a timeout in order to avoid the delay penalty. So, again, with 15 minutes still left in the second quarter, let's take another break and listen to one of our sponsors. You listen to the Front Porch Sports Network. Welcome back. Mount Pleasant tried to draw Lewis County off sides on that 4th down to try to make it a little bit shorter. Lewis County didn't take the bait. So now we come back again. 4th and 7 at the 16-yard line.
JP in at quarterback, not the passer that John Michael is.
Rolls out
JP.
looking, and he tries to get and the ball is knocked out of his hands. They're going to say it was a fumble and that he recovers right there, and Easterling is not getting up from that hit. He tried to get the ball away and was hit just as he was releasing the ball, and that could be a tough injury for us right there if he can't come back.
Okay, let's take a quick look at it real quick. It looked like some guy came scot clean off that right side and just met JP as soon as he was looking downfield.
When you're rolling to the right,
boom.
Yeah, no one picks him up, and then he gets hit and twisted as he's trying to throw the ball. The ball did come out as his arm was going back, so we're hoping that
he's okay, certainly.
Okay.
We're thinking about our sophomore out there.
So let's take a timeout, the injury timeout here. We'll be back as soon as we can. You listen to the Front Porch Sports Network and WKOM Game of the Week. And maybe we won't.
Hey, I can talk. I can talk. We're dry in this booth, so I'm good to talk.
Yeah, we're having some technical issues at the moment on some of our radio feeds. So those of you that are listening to us on the radio, we hope you stay with us and be patient with us. Our engineers are working on it feverishly right now, trying to get everything fixed up for us.
We'll blame it on the weather.
But yeah,
Well,
blame it on Helene. Everybody else has been blaming it too on then. So.
And certainly our prayers go to the folks in Florida and Georgia and North Carolina and East Tennessee with those catastrophic floods, and it's just terrible to see.
This has been a tough storm, and you know, when you have the effects come all the way up into Tennessee, you know that it's a high-powered storm. And we are back. J.P. Easterling is getting up and gingerly walking to the sideline. Looks like it possibly is, looks like something middle body, ribs or low back or something. We're not going to speculate much beyond that.
It was a tough play. Tough play.
Yeah,
He took a lick.
play, took a good lick and got twisted as he came down. But as it is, the second turnover on downs for the Lewis County defense. They get the ball in their own 21-yard line, leading 8-0 with 11 minutes and 49 seconds to go. The handoff going to the right, and good pursuit there by the defense. Doesn't let him turn the corner. And Hunter Holt makes the tackle for no gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Clearly, it's big for our defense to try to get a stop and get this ball back. We got to find the end zone.
The defense has been answering the call for us all night long, or all year long. Excuse me, not all night long, but all year long.
And going down 2 scores in this weather is not ideal.
Yeah, it's not what we want to do. So we need to have a good stand right here. Plus, make them punt against the wind.
That quarterback is a tall guy for Lewis County.
Trips to the left, handoff, and he gets to the tries to get to the outside and does get to the edge, but there's a flag in the backfield in the area, and yeah, the umpire is already signaling holding against Lewis County right there. So looked like Drew Ray was getting the ball on a sweep to the left and almost had the edge. Our pursuit was able to get to him, but Lewis County is guilty of holding.
We'll take it.
And they may take the results of the play, Coach.
Well,
I haven't seen a signal yet by the referee as to what they're going to do. You got holding against Lewis County, and yeah, they're marking it off. So it's going to be half the distance to the goal, and it's going to make it 2nd and about 20 from the 11-yard lines. The break our defense needed.
We'll take it.
So now we got to keep them down in this hole.
A punt from this,
a punt from here would be tough, yeah. So our defense has got to take advantage of the situation. Bryson McDonald brings Lewis County up. 3 receivers to the right. And a counter back play, and he's met in the backfield immediately.
Don't sling him.
By Taylor Russell. Diagnosed that play quickly, met him in the backfield. A great play by the Mount Pleasant defense. Lewis County trying to fool us on a little bit of a misdirection right there, and we didn't take the bait. So now it's going to be 3rd and about 25.
My goodness.
From Lewis County's 7-yard line.
Big play.
So huge play right here by the defense. We got trips to the right. He rolls to the right. He's looking for a pass. Throws the ball outside and it's tipped by Jaden McClure. The pass gets tipped and knocked down. So it's going to be 4th and a long ways in this driving rain and wind. The very break that the Mount Pleasant team needed. Again, brought by their defense. The defense stands tall right here and shifts the momentum. So now we're going to see Easterling is usually the one that goes back on these kicks.
They're looking
for
see who
they're going to put back there.
Hey.
Looks like it's going to be Jalen Smith.
Oh, that's a pretty good punt.
Decent punt. Gets a big roll for the Lewis County Panthers. Still going to die real quick. Mount Pleasant still has good field position at the Lewis County 44-yard line. So with 9 minutes and 42 seconds in the half, Mount Pleasant holds and has to answer again, try to answer the touchdown by Lewis County.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty evident, but, and I've said it before, but we need some points. You do not want to go down 2 scores in this weather. We've moved the ball decently. We just can't punch it in.
Okay, got a bunch set to the right. John Michael Wright hands the ball to 23. Braden Parrish gets a short gain going to the right. It's going to bring up second. Going to bring up second and about 9. At the Lewis County 43-yard line. Motion to the left.
Good exchange.
Hand off to Parrish right up the middle. Tackled by Samuel Netson of Lewis County. Short gain again, so it's going to be third and a long 5. Third and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Hey, Mount Pleasant seems pretty content just to keep hammering it in the middle there and hopefully wear down that Lewis County interior defense.
I think that's part of their plan. Is I have a feeling that Lewis County has several linemen that have to play both ways, so they're going to try to wear them out as long as they can stay close.
We've seen that strategy earlier this season, and it worked.
John Michael Wright brings Mount Pleasant up.
Oh.
And
Oh, no.
Tried to do a little inside pitch. Tried to do a little inside pitch to John Michael Wright, to Jaden McClure, and he tripped over a lineman, and one of the linemen caught the ball for an interception for Lewis County.
And we got it right here. Let's take a look at it. Boy,
It's not something you don't anticipate, but he trips over there, and John Michael didn't see him fall and pitches the ball inside, anticipating McClure to be there. He might have had something if he'd been able to get the ball to him, but we won't know. Now it's 1st and 10. Lewis County on the 3rd turnover in this half. 1st and 10 at the Mount Pleasant 47-yard line, and the pre-snap penalty, they go on a hard count, and they're able to draw us off, so it's going to be 1st and 5, knowing that Mount Pleasant's going to try to make a big play here to turn the momentum. So now we got 1st and 5 at the 42-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Pistol formation. Handoff straight up the middle. He's met in the hole, but he drags some Mount Pleasant tacklers with him. Handoff goes to Ray. He's met in the hole. Could not get the number real quick. Believe it was Alderson for the tackle. He wasn't able to hold him up. Got trips to the right. Quarterback is out here.
Oh,
and fumble. And fumble in the backfield on the exchange.
I got excited. I'm sorry.
Evan Plunkett coming through almost was able to get on it, but Lewis County was able to retain possession.
I see that ball hit the turf, and I want.
But it's going to be 2nd and 14 at the Mount Pleasant 38-yard line. Again, another break. Hopefully we can take advantage of it defensively, keep pushing him back.
Yeah, it's important to try to get off this field without giving up any more points.
2 receivers, right? Motion back to the left. Handoff in the middle.
Got him.
And had a great penetration there by number 60. That's Taylor Russell, and then Braxton Brady finished off the play right there. So now it's going to be 4th and 13.
We got it here on replay real quick. Just some good penetration off the edges and in the middle.
Stops his momentum and and we're able to then to converge on him for another loss. So, and Lewis County decides not to punt in this condition.
Oh,
these conditions.
It's 3rd down.
Oh, it's 3rd down. Okay, someone flipped the down marker one too many times. So it's 3rd and 13. And we have a timeout now for Lewis County. And our engineers are telling us to hang tight here. till we can get some things going. So, Seth,
Sir.
what do we, our offense has some moments that they push it, and then we kind of get behind the chains and can't finish. What can we do about changing that?
Well, we got to quit. We've said it all season, Coach. We got to quit having these self-inflicting, issues, whether it's a turnover. No penalties, really, so to speak, of tonight. But the shovel pass to the other team,
Yeah,
that one hurt. And what are you going to do? McClure's tripped and fell. I mean, that was just it happens.
A bad break right there. But what you got to tell your quarterback at that point, you got to look and see who's there. And if you don't see the right colored jersey right there, you just can't. You just got to eat it.
Yeah, for our NFL fans, that play was Will Levis-esque.
Well, no, not quite that bad.
I'm sorry, John Michael. I apologize if you're going to listen to this later. I don't mean to. You're the man.
It was one of those situations that, again, he tripped on a lineman coming across. There may have been looked like there might have been a scene. All right, two receivers either side. Straight drop back. Sets looking, and throws deep, and there's good coverage. Throw is out of bounds. So that brings up fourth down. Good coverage there by Knox Brooks.
Good arm for the quarterback. I mean, he threw it.
And throwing into the wind did a pretty good job right there.
Yeah, there's not much on 3rd and 13 except maybe just hawk it down there and hope that someone comes down with it. But
probably kind of hoping to get a interference call or something. But all right, so 4th and 13, they do line up for the punt right here.
He got a pretty good one off going into the wind earlier. Let's see what he does here.
Tries to pooch kick it, and gets a real short punt and gets a Mount Pleasant. Whoa, what are we doing?
What are you doing, young man?
Mount Pleasant comes flying in right there. Who is that from Mount Pleasant? Come flying in.
Number 10.
Number 10, Christian Lyles comes flying in right there and really took a chance on that fumble.
Yeah.
I have a feeling one of the coaches is going to come over and talk to him and say, hey, that's going our way. That's not a fumble.
None of us know all the rules, but that one we might need to go over with him a little bit.
All right, so it's 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line for Mount Pleasant. 5 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the half.
Lewis County's defense has stopped any big plays. We've had 0 pop plays so far. They've done a good job containing us, so let's see if we can get one of those.
Good tough run right there.
Move that pile.
Moving the pile forward, and they just keep moving, and a bulldozer play right there. A great run, I believe, was that Evan Plunkett just kept his feet moving, and the line saw it behind him and just came in behind him. He had a good initial hole right there, and then he just kept moving. The line said, hey, we can get some more.
9 Panthers just getting drugged.
He just pushed the whole Panther defense for that first down, willing himself to get that first down. So you got 1st and 10 at the Mount Pleasant 42 after a really gutsy run.
Maybe a good momentum changer there to...
Again, fullback dive, and again, he's pushing the pile, and keeps pushing the pile, gets 5 yards right there. There's really not much there. The Panther defense is doing a pretty good job of keeping the holes small.
This has been the story of the game, though. Some pretty good runs, some hard-nosed runs, and then we putter out here. And
we got to find a way to stay on what we call stay with the chains. We can't get behind the chains in these situations here because, again, throwing the ball, as we've already seen, is going to be difficult. Lewis County is a pretty good passing team, and they're having a hard time. Right,
good
gives
run.
it to McClure, breaks a couple of tackles, keeps running.
Go, big fella.
He keeps moving, dodging and diving. Makes a big play, runs for about 20 yards right there. Jaden McClure on an off-tackle play to the left, a great hard-nosed run. Just has a good initial hole, gets into the second level, and then just decides, no, I'm not going down. You're not taking me down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Takes 5 people to bring him down on a good run right there. So now it's 1st and 10 at the Lewis County 38-yard line. Dive play to the fullback, and again, doesn't go down easy. Lewis County pursuit this time is able to stack him up.
Evan Plunkett's just
Evan
tough.
Plunkett,
Just tough.
takes about half the team to bring him down.
No gain, but, man, he
Yeah.
deserved a few. How much time we got
2nd and
left,
10,
Coach?
We
Can
got
you tell?
3 minutes and 26 seconds left.
A very quick
Good.
first half of football with this run.
Yeah,
He's running.
with no passes and really few penalties. That's been, been one of the problems that's been bugging us, and we've been able to kind of clean that up.
Yeah. Ooh, we got to be careful with that exchange. They're going to get it.
There was a lot of penetration right there that time, and there was no place for Plunkett to go. Looked like the play was more to the right side that time. The left side, there was just a lot of penetration coming through. So now it's going to be 4th and 9.
Ooh, I got off. I thought it was 3rd.
It's going to be 4th and 9 at the 36-yard line.
Hey, third. I think they switched it.
The down marker keeps.
I thought it was 3rd, and then he had it on 4th. So I thought he was
across
right.
The field
yeah.
here. So okay, 3 receivers to the right. Shift and overload to the right.
Plunkett at quarterback.
Plunkett and.
Oh no.
A pre-snap penalty, evidently. Okay, Plunkett did not allow them to get set right there. I think he kind of got in a hurry on the shift, and they did not get set in time.
And some of that might be that I don't believe Plunkett's taken a snap this year.
Yeah,
a direct snap.
Yeah, usually that's Easterling right there, and he seems to be out right now with that injury. So we're having to go with our second group. Or, Plunkett's not used to doing that. So 3rd and 14.
Coach him up. Yep. Well, there's some space.
Jakari McClure gets a good cut right there and breaks up and makes it a manageable 4th down right there. Gets a gain of about 12 yards on a sweep to the right. Sees a hole in a seam, gets up in there. So now it's going to end up being 4th and about 3. Yeah, 4th and about 3 with minute 35 left in the half. Mount Pleasant down 8-0 in these windy, rainy conditions.
At the 30-yard line, we got to
trying to push it in here.
Pick this up, and then if we pick it up, we got to go.
Trips to the left. And there's a timeout by Lewis County. Didn't like what they saw on the trip setup, so there's a timeout on the field. And
we'll stay here and
talk a little bit about it. Evidently, we're having some technical issues.
Yeah, going in with about a little over a minute left on the 30-yard line. Let's pick up this first down, and then we're going to have to push it a little bit. The pace of play for Mount Pleasant so far hasn't been a quick, choppy one. We've been consistent and gashing them in some runs, but we're going to have to try to get that ball in the end zone before halftime. Let's do it. Let's pick up the first down and then let's push it. I think we got something in store for them to tie this game up.
Yeah, we've been asked by our engineers to tell our listeners on WKOM that we're going to have to go back to our regularly scheduled programming, and we're going to come back to this game as soon as we can, but we got to work on our issues there.
And that's at halftime, correct?
Yeah. Well, they're going to work on it now and at halftime, but in the meantime, we are still live streaming, and you can go to Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube and go to Kennedy Broadcasting. You can go to our website, frontporchradiotn.com, and click on the videos tab. You can still find us and listen to the game that way.
Stay dry doing it.
4th and 3, and a direct snap on the motion to Jakari McClure, and it looks like it's going to be enough.
Move those chains.
A timing play there that was really critical on the timing. It was really
I was confused. I didn't see it.
There was a direct snap to the man into Jakari McClure, who was in motion. So 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Time to
motion, fakes the handoff to McClure and thought he had an edge right there. But number 5 for Lewis County.
Yeah, 5.
Drew Ray stayed home and made a good open field tackle. And so now we have a timeout by the Tigers with 48 seconds left in the half, trying to punch this ball in here before before this halftime runs out.
It's second down, Coach. Do you air it out some? And by air it out, I mean, do you just try to get a guy in some space to make a man miss, maybe?
Well, we've been able to get some seams on the edge, from off tackle and maybe just a little bit outside of that. So maybe if we can get one of the McClure brothers on the edge, or if we can get Plunkett on the edge right there, and then maybe fake that on third down, come back on third down and fake it and get them to overplay and try to get play there. So you've got 3 plays to get this, but the problem is the time.
Yeah, and I do not know.
I know we've had at least 2 timeouts.
Yeah, that was my point. I don't
know that we have any left. If we have any, we got 1.
Yeah, I'd like a little curl route and try to get them in some space and get them make a man miss. Yeah. Oh, J.P. Easterling back in the game.
Easterling turns the ball up behind the fullback, and
got it.
He's going to score.
Give him 6.
From 24 yards out, J.P. Easterling on his first play back from being injured finds a seam behind a great surge by the left side of the Mount Pleasant line, and a great leadoff block.
He's just fast, Coach.
By 29, Evan Plunkett, and Easterling punches it in for the score here right at the end of the half. A huge momentum turnaround right there.
And he just kind of glides when he gets some room. Good job, JP, making something happen here.
Good job by the front there, giving him the seam.
Absolutely.
Now for the 2-point conversion. And they give it to McClure.
JP's got it.
Excuse me, faked it to McClure.
He ain't got it.
And Easterling does not get the play. Lewis County sealed that off on all counts right there. So with 41 seconds left in the half, we have Lewis County 8, Mount Pleasant 6. And again, a momentum turnaround that we needed.
Yep.
A good job by the offense taking it down. Good to see J.P. Easterling was able to come back into the game.
Yeah, and I think that was his first play back in the game. And I noticed 4 in the taking the snap, and boy, he just hit the thing like nothing was wrong with him at all. He hit that gap, and he was able to just kind of weave into the end zone, smooth as silk. Good job.
Made his presence felt immediately.
Yeah, but like you said, really good blocking there too to spring them. But we're down 2 still, which is better than being down 8. But
yeah, that 2-point conversion was important. And in these conditions, we're going to see what happens here.
I would think everybody's just pretty happy to go in.
Braden Case will be doing the kicking for Mount Pleasant. Lewis County sends back Dakota Hull and Kobe Feichtinger, if I'm saying that. I hope I'm saying that right. Deep.
32, break, kick, the kick.
And a squib kick to make it bounce there. Picked up at about the 30-yard line and pushed out of bounds by the Mount Pleasant cover team. Bentley Kelsey for Lewis County caught the ball right there, and he's met there by A.J. Sieber. That's an I instead of an L. I have to get my glasses back on.
Mount Pleasant freshman.
Good coverage there by the kicking team. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 with 32 seconds left in the half. 1st and 10, Lewis County at their own 38-yard line.
What do you do here, Coach?
Well, you don't let them behind you is one thing.
He's got an arm on him. We've seen it.
And give it to the fullback, and he gets through, slips through a couple of tackles.
Still going.
We're still not able to get a shoulder on him, and he gains about 6. But there was about 6 missed tackles right there. We're ducking our heads and reaching and grabbing, and that's not like our defense. Usually we're pretty physical there. We need to get a little bit more physical on that play. The clock is running is 10 seconds. I think Lewis County's just going to let it run out now. So here at the end of the first half, it is Lewis County 8, Mount Pleasant 6. We're going to stay here as far as the live stream is concerned to talk a little bit, and our crew is going to start working to see if they can't resolve some of our radio issues. Again, if we lose you on our WKOM feed, hang with us. Be patient. We'll be back as soon as we can on that. But in the meantime, Seth, what's Lewis County doing that's giving us so much trouble?
Well, untimely turnovers, turnover on our part, really killed some momentum. The runs, we've had good steady runs, but we came up short on a 4th down. I don't think they're giving us tons of issues. They had they had one good drive, and we've stopped them otherwise. But
okay.
Landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future. Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-3
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
And we're back here at halftime with the score: Lewis County 8, Mount Pleasant 6. And we've been having some technical difficulties. We're going to blame it on Helene.
Yeah.
Just as easy to blame it on that as anything else. But our crack engineering crew is working at it feverishly, trying to get everything even back out for us. And hopefully we're back on the air talking with you guys about this game. Seth, it's been a game like we expected in these conditions, a very just straightforward, hard-nosed, physical game, and unfortunately the breaks have gone against Mount Pleasant in this first half.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a close, hard-fought game. That's what I expected coming in. Lewis County did have 2 personal fouls, and that's pretty much the crux of the penalty story. Mount Pleasant's cleaned up a lot of their pre-snap and infractions that we've seen in prior weeks, so that's a big nod to Coach Hartsfield and crew for cleaning that up. And I think maybe the guys are adjusting to this weather a little bit. We've had some ugly weather games, but this is unique in itself. So we got the touchdown right before half, and maybe that'll lead to some momentum going into the second half. I know they're drawing up plays and working hard to get our guys ready for the second half and come out of this victorious. And they can do it. We're going to have to find a way to stop Lewis County. We did a pretty good job, let up 1 touchdown drive, but we're just going to have to buckle up. And what have you seen from the Lewis County offense? We haven't seen them much, I don't feel like.
Well, yeah, we've done, like you said, we've done a pretty good job of getting penetration and hitting. The biggest thing we've seen is, to me, it has been poor tackling on the Mount Pleasant part. We've had people in place to make the play and have hit them. We just aren't wrapping up right now. And in this weather, when you're trying to tackle a wet ball carrier, you've got to wrap up strong, and you've got to gang tackle. These people. So that's going to be the toughest thing for us to do. And we are trying to hopefully we're back on now with WKOM. If you've stayed with us, we thank you. We think we're back on the air right now for WKOM, and we lost you there for a little bit. But welcome back to the game of the week. We're at halftime right now. And again, to repeat for those people that are just now joining us, it is Mount Pleasant 6, Lewis County 8. We were just talking about how this half has been going. And it's pretty much what we expected in conditions like we have. It's going to be a straightforward game. Lewis County is a team that likes to throw the ball, and I think they've tried to do it a couple of times in spite, because that's what in spite of the weather conditions, because that's kind of what they do. And they've had limited success throwing the ball, but nothing like they would normally like to do. And I think that's going to work to our advantage if we can get this 3 and out on this. Lewis County's going to get the ball first. And if we can take this 3 and out and get a 3 and out or get a turnover here and then drive it in, punch it in, and take the lead, I think then we're going to put them into a situation where the throwing is going to be more difficult with this driving rain and this wind.
Yeah. No team needs to get behind tonight. I was really, I'll admit I was worried when it was 8-0. Lewis County had the ball a couple of times driving, and we did not want to go down 2 possessions. Going down 2 possessions in a storm like this, in a hurricane, that is not ideal. So let's stop them coming out of halftime, and let's get the ball back, and let's go score and win this game.
Has been the habit all year long. Our defense has done a really good job of keeping us in the game and stopping the momentum on these sudden changes. Seth, you were able to talk with Coach Hartsfield and one of our seniors earlier this week. Do you have?
Oh yeah. We talked
with. Let's listen to those 2 interviews, and while we have the time here.
Yeah. Well, the first one's with Jakari McClure and our star senior here on Mount Pleasant. So let's listen to what Jakari had to say. This is Seth Campbell with the Front Porch Sports Network. I'm sitting here today with Mount Pleasant Tiger senior Jakari McClure. Jakari, how are you doing today?
Good.
Well, it's good to talk to you, man. You've kept this team on your back throughout the first several weeks of this season, leading to an undefeated season. We got Lewis County on the docket tonight to keep up the undefeated streak. Tell me what you think we have to do to get a win against Lewis County.
We have to work harder. All the rest of the 5 games we have won, and I feel like we have more advantage because of the rain today. And we had, for like the last 2 games, it's been rainy, and we like won them games and fight through it and knew what we were supposed to do during the rain and stuff. So I feel like we have more advantage to win the game today. Awesome.
Yeah, are you ready to get wet and dirty out there with the weather tonight?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. So you've been a prolific runner is what I'd say. You're just an overall athlete, and it's shown up on the field time and time again. How would you describe your running style and how you kind of attack the football field? How would you describe that?
I don't know how to describe that. Probably like, I don't know.
I mean, you're pretty smooth, and there was a run against Harpeth, I believe, where you put on the afterburners, and you just ran away from them. So you're pretty dynamic, you're fast, you're smooth, and I think against Lewis County tonight, you're going to be able to really showcase that in this weather. This is going to be ground and pound. Give me your favorite memory since playing football here at Mount Pleasant. It could be any memory over the last 4 years you've had.
Probably one of my favorite memories is when we played Central the first time. With like the seniors that we had that time and just the experience that we had and all of that. That's probably one of the best games that we played.
Good deal. Yeah, the Central rivalry, those 2 years, that was a lot of fun. Okay, so you're going to graduate in May of 2025. What are some plans? I mean, you don't have to have anything in stone, but what are some plans you're looking forward to doing once you graduate from high school?
I'm going to probably take on my career probably at like MTSU or like Eastern Kentucky, one of those 2, and just follow the steps there.
Awesome, Jakari. Well, it's a pleasure watching you. You do everything right. You try in the classroom, you try on the field, and it's just been an awesome experience watching you here at Mount Pleasant. Go get them tonight.
Yes, sir.
Man, a few words.
This is Seth Campbell with the. Absolutely.
Exactly. Man, a few words, but and again, one of those young men that you would really, you really kind of like to have on your team because again, he doesn't talk much, except with his pads. And then his pads and his feet. And when he talks, he talks.
Oh, yeah. We knew kind of I've known Jakari for years. He's not going to be the guy that yells and screams. He's not going to be the loud guy. That's just not who he is. It's not in his nature. He's just a smooth operator, real cool character. And I think that came through on the interview. And he doesn't really like to brag about himself.
Yeah.
He could have a 99-yard touchdown run, and he would just kind of shrug it off the next day. And I think in, a certain way, that's the kind of people you like on your team because those are the people that just put in the work. They just
and he's willing to put the team on his back and just try to get the tough yards until something breaks, and then he's quick enough to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
You also had a chance to talk with Coach Hartsfield.
Yeah, and he kind of just gave us the outlook on the game tonight. I had some questions with the weather, and he just kind of set it up for us, and I'll let y'all listen to it and decipher from there. This is Seth Campbell with the Front Porch Sports Network. I'm sitting here today with Coach Kit Hartsfield of the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Coach, you got Lewis County coming to town this evening. It's going to be a rainy, windy night. Tell me the game plan to be successful tonight for the Mount Pleasant Tigers.
Yeah, I think this will be the third game where weather's played a factor in the game. We just got to continue to win the line of scrimmage up front. We've been pretty good up front, especially in the second half on both sides of the ball. We've taken over games in the second half with our run game and playing stout defense. We got to take care of the football. Turnovers are always an issue, especially in the weather. You'd like to get some takeaways on the defensive end. We got to limit our mistakes. We've had, too many penalties, really on both sides. But we've kind of put ourselves behind the chains, to start drives on offense, and it makes it hard to operate, on 1st and 15, drive after drive. So especially with the weather, you got to stay in manageable down and distance throughout the game and play a clean, physical game, and not let the weather bother us.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Can you give us a player or two to watch during the contest tonight?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, defensively, Evan Plunkett and Carter Dunn always flash. Jade McClure has played really good the past few weeks. So we expect the same performance, consistency out of them. I expect a big night from Taylor Russell and Connor Scherer up front. And, offensively, we've been pretty balanced on, the touches and who's making the plays. If weather's a factor, obviously you probably run the ball a little bit more. We have several guys that get the ball in the run game. JP had a big week last week, running the football. But we still have, two quarterbacks that we use that can play and bring different things to the table and makes the defense have to work really hard to prepare for us. So, that's really just what we're trying to do.
Absolutely. Go get them, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, he brought out what we've been kind of mentioning all night long. Just going to have to be very physical up front, which we have been. And we expected Lewis County to be physical up front, and they have been. And I think it's going to come down to the team that gets the last break here, and that's that or who's in better shape.
Yeah. I mean, he said we have to avoid the turnovers. We do have one of those. I bet Lewis County put it on the ground, too. We were just a couple inches away from getting it. So if we can get a defensive turnover, of course, that would help our chances here because we are behind. I mean, we're 2 points behind in the tail end of a hurricane here, and we got to find a way to generate some offense and get this engine up and running.
Yeah, again, it's going to be incumbent on our defense to set the tone here. Lewis County is going to get the ball when we come back here in the third quarter. So we got just a few more minutes left in halftime. Let's try to hear from some of our sponsors who've been patient with us. We hope we can get some of these in. But it is halftime here at the WKOM Game of the Week. You're listening on the Front Porch Sports Network. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Murray County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of Gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
He shoots, and he scores!
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
This is Tripp Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Is your insurance up to date in today's world? Foster Insurance Agency is an insurance agency you can depend on for your commercial and personal insurance needs. Foster tailors insurance coverage to meet your unique requirements stemming from years of experience and represents several top-rated companies such as Erie Insurance. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient Columbia location at 204 West 4th Street. Foster Insurance, serving Middle Tennessee since 1952.
I'm Jimmy Ford, Foster Insurance Agency here in downtown Columbia. We've been here since 1952, located at 204 West 4th Street. We specialize in commercial insurance. We write home, auto, and life insurance. We write anything from your bulldozer to your helicopter, from churches to bars. Come see myself, Mike, Shelby, or Nikki. We'd be happy to take care of you. We specialize in service.
And we are back here almost ready for the beginning of the third quarter in this Region 5 matchup between the Lewis County Panthers and the Mount Pleasant Tigers here in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee. This is Mike Lyle. I'm here with Seth Campbell, and we hope that you've been able to stay with us. We want to apologize for some of our technical difficulties, but again, in this weather, I'm surprised we haven't had more than we've had. But we're gonna try to bring this game to you and the best we can, and just stay with us, and we will be back on. If we go off the air, we'll be back on shortly.
Hey, and I think the game is running just fine on our streaming services and on WKOM radio. I just think maybe some of our ads aren't really translating, which is okay. We're managing.
So, but I want to give a pat on the back to our technical crew. Ann and Jeremy, they've been working like crazy to get everything matched out for us and matched back up, and we appreciate their help in all that we're doing. So we're ready now to get started here in this third quarter. And a little kick hangs up in the air, and number 2 for Lewis County, Colby Fechtinger. I hope I'm saying that right.
One of them.
But makes a scoop catch and ends up just falling on it to make sure that it doesn't get away from him. So Lewis County takes over at their own 27-yard line or 28-yard line, 1st and 10. And again, our defense needs to get a quick 3-and-out or a turnover right here, because Lewis County has the wind behind them. They're going to be a lot more likely to try to push the ball up the field here, and a punt will travel in this wind. Handoff going to the left side, gets out on the edge just a little bit, and again we see the flag come out and possibly a holding call.
It's like 54 mauled our guy.
We're going to wait and see what the officials bring up. Lewis County's already kind of easing back. And yeah, we have, looks like it's going to be a holding on Lewis County, so it's going to push him back. It was in front of the line of scrimmage. It's 10 yards from the point of the penalty. So it's going to bring up 4th and about 17. It's not 4th, excuse me, 1st and 17.
I was excited there for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, let's go. Okay, I'm down.
2 running backs in the backfield. 2 receivers left.
Oh,
and an
flag.
Flag.
Pre-snap.
Pre-snap penalty. Now the question is, who's it on?
Them.
And they're moving back. So, again, a couple of breaks here for the Mount Pleasant defense. Pushing Lewis County, having some self issues.
Well, and we're kind of familiar with that.
It's good to see it happening to another team.
You don't want to get behind the sticks tonight either. It's difficult as it is.
So now it's going to be 1st and 20 plus. We're going to put it that way. Got 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Single setback behind the quarterback. Handout going to the right.
Get out there, guys.
And he gets around the edge right there. Gets a big gain on that first down. Gets a lot of the yardage back. Got outside our containment right there and was able to turn the corner and gets about 20-some yards. Gets 23 yards, 22, 23 yards on the carry. And it's going to come up with 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line. A good run there by Lewis County.
He just kept running out and out and out. We couldn't get him.
Again, the same play comes back, and this time he sees a seam up inside. And there's a fumble on the play. And Mount Pleasant comes in. Now they're going to see if the referee signals, the side judge signals fumble, and hold on, the white hat changed the call. Oh, man, the side judge on the far side signaled fumble, and he signaled Mount Pleasant way.
Let's look at it.
And we're going to see here if we can catch the fumble on the play here. And looking at it, boy, that's tough. That's close on that one. All right, 1st and 10, Lewis County. Handoff going to the right. And it runs into a host of tacklers. Led by number 22, Carter Dunn, from his safety position. Makes a big play, makes a good tackle right there. It's going to be 2nd and 6 at the Lewis County 46-yard line. 10 minutes and 44 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. Lewis County's on their opening drive of the 3rd quarter, and we thought we had them down in the hole for a little bit, and we let them back out.
Yeah, and they've had more luck running it up the middle on us than just about anybody this year. Oh, just as I say that.
A huge play right there. And again,
Talem
Russell making a huge play in the backfield for Mount Pleasant Tiger defense. It had to have been on a stunt as quickly as he got there. A great execution of that stunt puts him right in the middle of the play. So now it's going to be 3rd and 9.
There's a pretty decent-sized loss there. I mean,
a big loss.
Yeah.
A big play right there.
Come on, guys. Get off the field.
It's going to be 3rd and 9. McDonald brings them up. It's 2 tight ends, straight T, and it's a cross buck, and he almost fumbles the handoff, but doesn't fool us much at all. And you've got Evan Plunkett making the tackle, following his reads right there. There's a couple of fakes trying to get us to slow down just a little bit. Plunkett does a good job reading his keys. Doesn't fall for the fake right there. Makes a big play to force 4th and 8. Now with the wind behind him, we're going to see Easterling. Again, we see Easterling going back along with Jakari McClure. Oh, and we get a partial punt.
That thing is a duck.
Partial block on the punt. And Easterling picks it up at about the 21-yard line and tries to fight forward. We had a little bit of a partial block that kept it from going too far, but it kept rolling. And Easterling knew that if he didn't pick it up, he was going to keep rolling. So kind of a dangerous play, but I think it kind of works out right there that he made sure that it didn't stick us in a hole any more than we had to on that.
Yeah, good job defense, bowing up, getting off the field, and giving our offense a chance to maybe give them a different look than we had in the first half, and we can go down there and take this lead.
Yeah, with 8 minutes and 21 seconds in the third quarter now, Mount Pleasant gets their first possession of the second half. We got 3 receivers to the left.
John Michael in there.
John Michael, the quarterback, hands off in the middle, and there's not much there. This time, the Lewis County defense collapses down.
Ooh, we got a hurt Tiger.
And on Braden Parrish, and a young man down, and he's holding his knee. So that's not a very good sign a lot of times. So let's take a timeout. We'll let you know as soon as we can, but let's take an injury timeout here. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network and the WKOM Game of the Week. We'll be right back after these messages.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
We thrive here at Merchandise Marketplace to give our customers the best experience, quality, and price. Anything from auto supply, tools and garden, to furniture, home decor, and self-care. Don't miss our daily deals Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Our doors open at 10 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Your finds await at 1412 Trotwood Avenue, Columbia, Tennessee, Suite 20.
Are you tired of living with neuropathy? If you're living with pain and numbness in your feet, then you understand that most treatments only target the symptoms of your neuropathy. At the Dr. Gill Center, our customized therapies target the underlying causes of neuropathy, promoting healing and helping to restore function. Are you ready to say goodbye to pain and limitations of neuropathy and hello to a brighter, pain-free future? Call 615-794-0800 and ask about our $49 special. Take the first step. Start living pain-free with Dr. Gill Center. Call me painfree.com.
And we're back. At the injured player was Logan Pinkerton. Walked off under his own power, though, with a noticeable limp. 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant at their own 22-yard line.
See the snap.
Motion back, and it gets to Jakari McClure, and he's not able to dodge the tackler there. Number 5, Drew Ray for Lewis County, slips off of his block and makes a good open field tackle against Jakari. It's going to be second. And that'll lose track. Yeah, I did lose track of the downs. It's 3rd and 9 now, with about 8 minutes and 13 seconds to go in this third quarter and the clock running. The injury bug been a little bit tough on Mount Pleasant this year. Hopefully our depth has been developed enough that we can keep going. We got trips to the left, shift over, power to the left, so got an overload left. Snap, Easterling gets an edge, tries to get the edge out there and is not able to get the edge on the play. Gains about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. So now it's going to be 4th down and about 6 at the Mount Pleasant 26-yard line, and the punt team goes in.
Yeah, no choice but to punt it here, Coach.
This time it's, we don't want to give them a short porch on this. So hopefully Braden can get a good punt off into this wind. It's going to be tough.
Get your foot into it here, Cade.
And low snap, fields it, and does a good job getting the punt off away from the receiver.
Roll on.
And it gets a little bit of a Mount Pleasant roll. and ends up at the 42, 43-yard line, down there by A.J. Sieber. And the Panthers take over 1st and 10.
Pretty good field position for the Panthers, but we got to, the defense has to make those stops that they've made all year.
So hopefully our defense can rise up again and get the ball back for our offense and see if we can get untracked a little bit. It's kind of been the story of the season for us. Having a hard time, defense keeps us in it until we can finally get untracked late in the fourth quarter a lot of times.
Yep, absolutely.
Singles receivers both sides, single setback, handoff to number 5, sees a seam and gets up and is tackled by number 22, Carter Dunn. Drew Ray on the carry for Lewis County saw a seam up in there, was able to turn the corner and get decent yards. Got about 6 yards on the game. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line. We got 6 minutes and 40 seconds here in the third quarter.
They've sure found some seams tonight at Lewis County offense. They've more than I've seen all year.
They've been able to get to our linebackers.
Every time I say that, we have a big stop.
There you go. Keep saying it there. Yeah. But great job there by our defensive front rising up.
I'm happy to be wrong.
60, Taylor Russell makes a big play there for the defense and forces 3rd and gets a loss in the play. It's going to be 3rd and about 6.
I think every time I've said it, too, it's Taylor Russell who just explodes in the backfield and makes a stop. So, Mr. Russell, high school senior, we love seeing it, man. Keep it up.
2 receivers to the right. And a handoff here to the left side, and they try to get outside, and they hit him from behind. Jaden McClure gets the play from behind, but there's a flag in the backfield, and we've got holding. Got holding against Lewis County. And I think Mount Pleasant is going to take this penalty and push him back a little bit because field position is really important in this situation.
And he picked up a few on that, too. So it was going to be 4th and manageable.
Let's go. It's going to be 3rd now. Again, 3rd and about 15.
Okay.
It's going to be 3rd and 15 for Lewis County at their own 38-yard line. Again, we got to keep everybody in front of us, but we also don't want to play too soft. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. They even it with motion. Tried to draw us off. Almost got us to flinch.
Yeah, Connor thought about it.
Doesn't cross the plane. Ray moves over.
Oh, that's a false start on them, I thought.
Counter play, and quarterback keeps. And Jaden McClure makes the play for about a 2-yard gain. And so it's going to bring up 4th and 13. Defense again rises up and stops the Lewis County offense as they have been doing all year long. They keep us in the ball game here.
We need to flip this field position thing. We need a good block or something.
Smith goes back
got
deep.
It.
And, how did we not block that kick?
Oh,
and,
no.
We got a lucky break right there. Bounced off Jaden Smith's chest. Bounced out of bounds before Lewis County could cover it. The ball goes out at about the 20-yard line. I do not know how we didn't block that punt.
I was sure of it, Coach, and I was trying to follow the punt with the camera, and then I got Smith bouncing off his chest protector there out of bounds, luckily. But, yeah, it looks like we were all over that, and we've come close a few times this season. I don't think we've got one plumb blocked, but we've come pretty close.
We had a partial block on the last punt and wasn't able to do much with it. So now at the 21-yard line, 1st and 10, 4 minutes and 42 seconds left in the third quarter. 3 receivers to the right. Easterling gets motion or basically a shift to the right.
I think that's.
And they hand off to. Can't tell if that's.
I believe that's Parrish.
Braden Parrish going to the right, gets a short gain of about 3 yards. Tackled there by Bentley Kelsey for the Lewis County Panthers. Going to end up being 2nd and 7 now. Ball in the middle of the field on the 24-yard line of Mount Pleasant. We just need a couple of we need a pop play. We need a pop play to hit. We got to break a seam here sooner or later and get a big play for us and see if we can make something happen here. 3 receivers to the left. Shift to the left. And again, goes back to Parrish going behind that shift, behind that power shift. Lewis County is doing a good job of flowing with that. They're trying to overload it, and the overload isn't getting it done yet. Of course, now there's always the threat. There's always the threat there of quarterback keeping it. Now it's 3rd and about 5. John Michael Wright calling the signals now for Mount Pleasant. Got motion to the right.
Better flick it, buddy.
Better flick it quick, and the pursuit outruns our blockers.
Oh.
Pursuit outruns our blockers right there. A little quick, trying to get that little option sweep. Looks like, option look sweep. And there's really nothing there. Lewis County does a good job pursuing to the play. So it's going to be 4th and 6 and brings the punting team out for Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, there sure wasn't. There was no prayer on that one. We were covered from the get-go.
Case gets a good snap. Punt, gets it up in the air, and it gets held up.
Oh.
And takes a Lewis County bounce, and we got I don't know why we were dodging it there.
Yeah.
We need to knock it back the other way. But
pretty good punt. Just had that backspin on it.
He's kicking into a pretty stiff wind and rain, and got about almost a 40-yard punt off. So he's done a good job kicking into the wind here. So Lewis County is going to get the ball 1st and 10 at the Mount Pleasant 49-yard line. 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And again, we call on our defense. We got, sooner or later the offense is going to have to pick it up.
We need a takeaway, Coach.
Can't keep falling on our defense right here. Hand off to number 5, and it is hit right there in the middle of the hole. And again, it is Braden Parrish with a lick right in the hole right there. Does a good job coming up.
Let's take a look at that. That was a lick.
Drew Ray was the ball carrier. And we see, again, just a simple play to the right, and he just comes in like a missile and makes the play for a 2-yard loss. So now it's 2nd and 12. 2 receivers both ways. Snap, rolls a little bit to the right. Quick pass tipped.
Oh.
Tipped at the line of scrimmage by Jaden McClure. Almost picked off right there.
I feel one coming on. We got a turnover coming on.
We've had a couple of big plays right here by our defense. Got really close right there to picking that one off. Knox Brooks was in position, but again, Jaden McClure got his hands up and tipped it away. Does a good job at the line of scrimmage, keeping that pass from being completed. So now it's 3rd and 12. Minute 22 left in the 3rd quarter.
Seems like a passing down to me. Well, let's see what they do.
And they're not afraid to throw in this rain. Double stacks, right and left, straight drop back, and we get to him, and a sack. Number 24, Dakota Alderson comes through on an outstanding blitz. We just sent the kitchen sink, went man-to-man on coverage, and they got to him. Came off his outside linebacker position right there and gets the sack for the Mount Pleasant. Again, the defense comes up big for the Mount Pleasant Tigers.
He just timed it perfectly, clean shot at the quarterback, and just good tackle on the quarterback, got him down.
4th and 19. Let's see if this time, if we're going to try to punt it again or if we're going to try to get a return.
We need something.
We've come close twice now. We've got a partial block, and then we've come close. How they get it off, how they got it off, I don't know. And they're waiting, again, for the clock to run down.
Oh,
we're
eager. We are
we're trying to
eager.
get back to him.
Not this time.
And the ball takes a Lewis County bounce, but it's right on the sideline, and it goes out at about the 17-yard line of Mount Pleasant. So a good punt by the Lewis County punter.
This whole quarter has seemed like just a constant of them getting it about midfield, we getting off the field, we get it about our 20, then they get it back at midfield. We need, like you said earlier, we need that pop play to just flip this field, or just one 20 or 30-yarder.
Flip the field, and here in about 48 seconds, we'll have the wind at our back. And I don't know if that will help us. And, we're not trying to throw the ball very much, but it will at least slow down their passing attack a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind to see John Michael take a shot and see if they're sleeping out there on the edges, if these corners are sleeping, because they've gone all game and they haven't been tested. So maybe they've fallen asleep.
And backfield. Easterling takes the ball to the right side. Looks like he gets about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Easterling just basically, when he comes up under center, I guess he's kind of decide which way to go, and gets up behind his fullback and just barrels his way forward.
And, credit to the Lewis County defense for stopping those pop plays. I mean, we've had some, we've got them against everybody this year, and they've really kept them out of this game.
Good job keeping them to 3 and 4 yard gains instead of the 12 and 15 yard gains.
Absolutely.
And a handoff now. Looks like to Plunkett up the middle, and it looks like it's going to be enough to first down. Again, a hard run by Plunkett. Got a little bit of a seam to the right side and is able to get the first down.
Running people over.
Just hard-nosed. Hard-nosed running, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So at the end of 3, it is still Lewis County 8, Mount Pleasant 6 here in this Region 5 matchup. You're listening to the WKOM Game of the Week on the Front Porch Sports Network. We'll be right back after these messages.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
And we're back here for the beginning of the fourth quarter in this Region 5 matchup between the 2 and 3 Lewis County Panthers and the undefeated Mount Pleasant Tigers, 5-0 and 3-0 in the region. Right now, Lewis County is holding a slim lead, 8-6. Mount Pleasant's defense has done a good job keeping us in the game and stifling the Lewis County offense, but now we got to get our offense untracked and get a good drive here. And try to get.
That just hasn't worked this evening.
And Lewis County has been really, really quick to react to that pitch sweep, that option look sweep, and we're not able to get out on the edge.
Might need to take that one to the trash can.
So now we got 2nd and 4. Jaden McClure just wasn't able to get outside.
2nd and 14?
Yeah, 2nd and 14 at the 25-yard line.
I think that might have been our first down of the half right before the quarter.
And a little mix-up in the backfield, gives it to McClure.
That was an angry run. Yeah. That was an angry run.
I'm getting tired of getting hit here. Good hold by the left side of the Mount Pleasant line. Gets him a good break, and he gets into the second level to make it now 3rd and 5 at the 34-yard line. A good hard run.
Give us another one just like that.
We needed that on first down.
Yeah, I want another one.
So moving straight ahead, we've been able to get some yardage, but we're not able. Again, we need that pop play.
Yeah, I think this is as far as we've gotten the ball, close to the 35 this half. Come on, we need this first down. Oh,
and Easterling tries to go around the left side, and for some reason, we neglect to block Samuel Moore for Lewis County, and he just gets a free shot.
Yeah, they just have us
Easterling.
funneled. I mean, they just have us funneled. We're every once in a while we're finding a little room, but not routinely.
So
another
it
punt.
brings 4th and about 3, and get the snap back. No rush. Get a low line drive
like
punt,
it.
and it's
I
going to
like
get a
it.
big roll for Mount Pleasant right there.
Roll
An
on.
excellent job by Braden Case, getting exactly the right kind of punt we needed. It rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line. Outstanding job by Braden Case right there. That may be the break we need to get them down in the hole. Now they've got to come out against the wind and in this driving rain. Hopefully our defense can keep them down there.
Who thought that a punt would possibly be the play of the game right there? That was
in weather conditions like that, your special teams are usually the things that make the difference.
That was just an awesome punt by the high school junior here at Mount Pleasant, and he got a great roll. And now let's keep them pinned up.
I was really kind of surprised that Lewis County didn't put anybody back and to get that. 1st and 10, dead T right there, fullback dive, and tries to get out. Gets about 3.5, maybe 4 yards, gets out to the 9-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and about 7 for Lewis County. 9 minutes, 32 seconds and counting in the game. A 2-point difference, an extra point, a 2-point conversion difference in this game right now. 2 tight ends, straight T. Again, another, this time a belly, and he gets through the first line and gets a breakaway. The first line, we thought we had him hemmed up, and we weren't able to finish the play right there. Number 5, Drew Ray, getting a big carry against the Mount Pleasant line. Carter Dunn makes the tackle at about the 30-yard line to save the touchdown. Unfortunately, just again, poor tackling.
Yeah, he was able
to had him hemmed in right there, and we just didn't put our shoulder pads on him.
Yeah, he was able just to weave through there.
And Lewis County, they run hard. So if you don't put your shoulder pads on them, they're not going to go down easy.
And they're not going to go fast right here. They're going to bleed that clock.
And a fumble on the snap, and there's a scramble for the ball at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like Lewis County is able to get back on the ball.
Yeah, I don't think that ever hit the ground, really. That might even go down as a pass. I'm not sure.
But the ball popped up off the snap, up over the quarterback's head right there. Gained 1 on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I don't care how we get them off the field.
Yeah,
we just need to get them off the field. We need the ball.
2 tight ends, T again. The crossbuck right there, and again, we had the play diagnosed, and we just missed him. And a great hustle play right there. Lewis County gets a big run right there.
They're starting to feel
down there, and they've got the momentum pushing us down. A good hustle play there. I'm trying to get the number.
I got it on replay, Coach.
Okay, it was Jaden McClure. Again, it's the old-fashioned crossbuck play to fake the fullback, give a second fake. We got a guy right there and just missed the play.
2.
And again, he gets out to the seam, gets a seam up the sideline right there.
We just got guys.
Huge play. 1st and 10.
Torpedoing all around them, but not actually getting them.
Yeah, at the 41-yard line of Mount Pleasant. Stack eye right here, and a power play to the right. And Mount Pleasant diagnoses that really quick. Evan Plunkett makes the play, a yard and a half deep in the backfield. It's going to be 2nd and 11. Lewis County has gone back to old-fashioned power football. They go in that T, and it's called a crossbuck play, where they fake the fullback to one direction, take one halfback to the other, and give it behind that fullback going again. And they usually pull a lineman, usually trying to mix up the linebackers. If you read your keys, you can be right there in the play. And we've been
there. Yeah, we've been there.
We've been at the location.
We're just whiffing.
We're just not making the tackle once we get there.
Come on, let's get off the field here.
Again, goes to the second fake this time, and it's going to be handoff to Drew Ray. And again, Plunkett makes the tackle for a short gain. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Well, the biggest third down of the game.
At this point, all the third downs are huge. It's 6 minutes and 20 seconds. 6 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. And Mount Pleasant needs a big, big play right here. Two tight ends, dead T. Looks like it's overload here to the right. And Coach afraid they're going to run out, so Lewis County calls a timeout. And with timeout on the field, we got 6 minutes and 24 seconds left in the game. It's Lewis County 8, Mount Pleasant 6. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network and WKOM Game of the Week.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Seth, we got third and 8.5 or 9 yards. Defense has got to come up here with a big play.
Find time to stop them.
We need a loss, because if they punt, it's going to put us deep in our backfield, deep in our end of the field. Yeah. So we want to try to get the turnover here.
And you can hear the Mount Pleasant faithful making some noise.
Power to the right and power play to the.
They got him.
And big play right there. And the defense comes up big. Number 28, Hunter Holt, comes up with a big play to hold him for about a 1 or 2 yard gain. So it's going to be 4th and 7.
That almost seemed like a play you would run if you were going to go for it on 4th down, but I just can't believe they'd go for it. They need to pin us deep.
I think they were trying to hope that we would miss some tackles again or something. So now we've got to be careful about a fake here.
I'm not. Let's see what they're doing here. I don't think they're punting it, Coach.
No, they're not punting. Now they're going to try. I think they're going to try to get us to jump. They're going to go on a long count.
Yeah, you need to punt this ball if you're Lewis County. We haven't moved it. Back us up. I would think.
2 receivers right, 2 receivers left.
There you go.
Isn't that 2 timeouts for Lewis County? I believe that's their second timeout. They take a timeout.
No, they took a penalty.
Oh, they took the penalty.
They took the penalty, yeah.
I was going to say, I'm kind of surprised there he didn't take the penalty, but he did.
Smart play by Lewis County.
Again, 5 yards in this situation isn't going to be a big play, and if they could have gotten 5 yards with us jumping off, it was again, worth the effort.
I would have been shocked if they snapped that ball.
J.P. Easterling goes back deep for Mount Pleasant. I would anticipate an effort here to possibly block this, because we're probably not going to be able to get a return in this weather.
Someone's got to make a play.
And we got a man through. Oh, how does he miss that? We got a man completely through clean.
He might not have totally missed it.
Wow.
And they didn't flag him. I thought it was questionable.
Dakota Alderson comes through completely clean and somehow just misses blocking the punt right there. But we get the field back in good position. We've got 1st and 10 at the 20, 25, 26-yard line. We've got 5 minutes and 22 seconds to drive the length of the field here and take the lead. So, we're going to have to put together a good drive right here. Easterling brings the Tigers up. Brings Jaden across, and he throws a pass up in the air, and it's tipped, and it's caught! It's caught off of the tip by Jakari McClure. A great effort right there. Basically threw it up for grabs in the wind, and
I couldn't find it with the camera, Coach. I could not find the ball with the camera.
Hull tipped it. Oh, no, we got a flag. They're bringing the ball back.
Oh, Lewis County's celebrating.
ineligible receiver downfield.
Ooh, that's a backbreaker.
Wow. After such a great play by Jakari McClure to go up and get that ball, and unfortunately we weren't able to.
Oh, no, I totally lost it.
We weren't able to get the replay on it either.
Oh, no, yeah, there was nothing to replay. I couldn't find the ball. That chili pepper, he threw it in the air. I could not find it.
All right, so first and 15. Handoff, fakes the handoff, got a good seam. Gets a lot of the yardage back right there. Easterling.
It's not a first down.
No, it's a first down, buddy.
Wish.
Oh, yeah, I kind of wish it looks – oh, man, that's where it is. Okay.
I wish.
But a good gain to get a lot of the yardage back makes it now 2nd and 5. Good job there faking the play, getting Lewis County to take a bite to follow McClure. And then Easterling jumps out quick.
When he sees the seam, when he gets a little bit of open ground, he's
got a bunch
quick.
to the left here, and he's trying to find, and there is nothing there. Lewis County just overwhelms our line on that particular play. And number 2 for Kobe Fetchtinger makes a big play. So now it's 3rd and 5, and the Tigers call a timeout. We'll stay right here.
There was some pre-snap confusion. Easterling was looking on the sidelines, threw his hands in the air like he didn't know what to do, and that play sure looked like he did not know what to do.
It looked like what they were trying to do is set the strength to the left side and get Lewis County to overcommit to the left side, because they have been doing that, and try to run back to the right side to the weak side, and it just didn't. We didn't get the blocks that we needed to make that play work. So now we're going to end up with 3rd and about 6, 3rd and a long 5, maybe 6 yards. And with 4 minutes and 23 seconds left, this is a critical 3rd down, because we really don't want to give the ball back to Lewis County in this circumstance.
Yeah, we're going to start having some hard decisions here soon.
All right, Easterling brings him up. He's got full house backfield with him, basically. Kind of an old single wing look. And they give it to Plunkett, trying to get up. Or is that Plunkett, or is that?
It's Plunkett.
Yeah, giving it to Plunkett, trying to get up into the middle. So now it's going to bring up 4th and about 4.
That outside linebacker keyed on Plunkett the whole time.
And
it's easy play for Plunkett.
Coach Hartsfield rolls the dice here, says we've got to make this play.
I think he's right.
We've got to make this play. So critical 4th down play here for Mount Pleasant in their own territory. Get a quick pitch out here, and Jakari was supposed to throw that pass, and his brother did not realize it, or he couldn't throw it back. Yes, he was going to try to throw it back here to Dakota, and was not able to get his feet set to throw the ball. And so Lewis County gets the ball in really, really good territory.
They've been all over that pitch. I know you said that was a pitch to a pass, but we got a penalty on Lewis
It's
County.
a warning, sideline warning to Lewis County. They were celebrating a little bit off of that 4th down stop.
A big stop for Lewis County, definitely big stop.
Yeah, a huge play right there. Now, hopefully, our defense can rise up to the occasion. You can't keep putting our defense in these tough situations and expect them to hold up every single time.
Absolutely.
And they've risen to the occasion most of the time right now, but now we're going to have to
swipe, punch, stab the ball, anything you can do to get that ball out, guys. You got a timeout.
And we have a timeout by Lewis County. I believe that's their 3rd timeout. That may be their last timeout. So with 3 minutes, 38 seconds left in the game, it's Lewis County 8, Mount Pleasant 6. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network and the WKOM 101.7 Game of the Week. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
3 minutes, 38 seconds left in the game. Lewis County has the ball 1st and 10 at the Mount Pleasant 29.5-yard line. Defense has got to rise up here after a failed 4th down attempt. See if we can get the ball back without letting Lewis County get a score here. Counter play.
Get the ball.
And Jalen Smith hits him in the backfield, stuffs the play for a 4-yard loss. A great read, great attempt by Jalen. And Mount Pleasant now calls a timeout to stop the clock. With a 2nd down and 13, we'll stay right here. A huge play.
That's what the
by Jalen Smith on that.
That's what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, the defense again doing their best to keep us in this ball game, and you got to take your hat off to them, because they keep getting stuck in holes and they keep fighting their way, clawing their way out. But sooner or later we've got to make a play on offense. Sooner or later we've got to get the drive put together.
Yeah, the offenses for both teams this second half have done absolutely nothing. The only difference is Lewis County has the lead.
Right, has the lead off of the first half situations. And again, in conditions like we're in, that's not overly surprising. But we've got to find a way to overcome these conditions right here and make this play and make these plays. So 2nd and 13, we've got to keep them back here. They're in that no man's land. They're probably going to end up going for it. They're probably looking at they've got 3 downs to make 13 yards.
And that would just about do it.
2 tight ends, dead T, strength to the left. Fullback dive to the left. And he's stuffed right there. Big Connor Scherer makes a huge play from his nose guard position. Goes through the A-gap to the right side and just smothers the fullback right there. Literally smothers the fullback.
Let's take a look at Connor smothering the fullback.
He just swallows him up.
Sorry, Connor.
Basically pushes the center back into the play and just stops the momentum of the fullback, and then is able to slide off the block and make the play himself. So a huge play again by the defense.
I'm happy about it, but Lewis County's going the wrong way. I don't know why they're doing these. I'm not going to say anything, but whatever.
Again, they're trying to run. They're trying to play clock right now. And, Mount Pleasant's used up 2 timeouts, and we're going to have to go into our 2-minute offense here pretty quick. Unfortunately, that usually involves throwing the ball.
No comment on that either. No comment on that either.
But we're going to have a couple of pop plays and make some things happen here. 3rd and 13.
And you hear the Mount Pleasant faithful.
Lewis County, 2 tight ends, straight T. It's just quarterback sneak, and he gets up underneath. Up underneath the pursuit. And still tackled now for a short loss. It's going to be 4th and 10, looks like. Yeah, about 4th and 10 at the Mount Pleasant 30-yard line.
I don't know what you do here, Coach.
Well, the defense, we got to make a play. We can't let them have 10 yards. That's the bottom line. We've got to stop them here and now. And then our offense has run out of options. We've got to make a drive this next possession. So a huge play. Lewis County's letting the clock run down as far as they can. They're probably going to take their last timeout here shortly to make sure they get the play that they want. But they're letting the clock run. There's 2 minutes, 28 seconds, and Lewis County calls their timeout. So with 2 minutes, 27 seconds left in the game, it's Lewis County 8, Mount Pleasant 6. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Big play right here. 4th and 10 at the Mount Pleasant 30.
Yeah,
we need to get one more stop, and then our offense has got to come together and make a drive.
I'm not sure what you call here if you're Lewis County.
They got trips to the right. Shotgun.
Oh, yeah, you do.
And, okay, got movement on both sides. Usually that goes against the offense when that happens.
It's on 67. Come on.
And now they're discussing who went across first.
Yep, 67.
Yeah, 67 flinched up. So now it's going to be 4th and 15.
You give any mind to just pooch punting it, trying to get it on the 10, 5? I guess not.
Well, who knows?
Yeah. I think that's a pretty good idea.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly. You called it, Coach. And he gets exactly done what he wants. Gets the ball down to about the 11-yard line.
Good execution by Lewis County.
Yeah, usually that close. It's a lot of times you kick it out, but he got it to die right there at the 11-yard line. So Mount Pleasant's got to go 89 yards in 2 minutes and 19 seconds. So a tall order for the offense right here.
But hey, it's in their hands. They control their destiny at this point. You got to find a way to get that ball downfield. John Michael, the passer, is in there. So let's see what he does.
John Michael Wright.
Shine, John
brings
Michael.
Him up. Straight drop back. Throws the ball out here.
There you go.
To Jaden McClure, gets a big gain on first down, gets out of bounds. That's as important as the gaining of the yardage right there. Good job getting that executed. That takes up 1st and 10, takes it out to about the 27-yard line. And again, we're in our 2-minute offense. We've got trips to the right. Easterling, the 3rd man in. He'd be a man I'd kind of be looking for quick.
Get rid of it.
Sits up, and he can't get away from it. Can't get away from the rush. Number 28 for Lewis County, Corbin Harris makes the play. So now it's 2nd and 14, and Mount Pleasant's got to hurry.
Get everybody set.
Straight drop back.
Oh, got him wide
and
open.
And Jakari comes out here. Again, Lewis County is willing to keep the play in front of him and try to keep him in bounds. So it's complete to McClure. So it's going to be, but it's 3rd and 7 with 1 minute 30 seconds and counting. Again, we need a big pop play. Lewis County has got their defensive backs deep. Pass is too high, and it is caught. It's tipped and caught by Jakari McClure. A great effort right there. A diving catch puts the ball at the 41-yard line. And Mount Pleasant hurries up to the line of scrimmage. 1 minute, 8 seconds and counting. Straight drive, roll back here to the left. And he tries to throw it, and almost picked off.
Got to get that one out,
Trying
John
to force that into Jalen Smith. Can't throw it. You cannot throw it into a crowd like that.
An incomplete pass, no.
Doesn't
at this
hurt us that much.
Yeah, just reset.
They're there. Throw it over their heads.
Yeah, reset right now. Catch your breath. Let's pick up a few more yards.
Okay, 2nd and 10. 57 seconds left in the game.
Be ready to spike that ball, too.
Easterling in motion.
Uh-oh, he's pressured.
And the rush comes up. He gets the ball to McClure, but he's tackled there by Ray, and the clock is running. Mount Pleasant, I don't think, can stop it. They don't have any timeouts left.
Good job.
And he spikes it down. Looked like Lewis County might have been offsides right there, but so now it's down to this play.
4th and 7.
4th and 7, or 4th and 8 at the Mount Pleasant 48-yard line. We've got to get the first down at least.
How much time is left, Coach?
38 seconds left in the game.
10-4.
It's a do-or-die play here for the Mount Pleasant offense. It's got 3 receivers to the left, 1 Jalen Smith to the right. Straight drop back. He's got a man in the middle, got Easterling in the middle, and it's tipped, and Easterling cannot come down with it. Almost made the play. And
hold your head up high, guys.
Okay. Yeah, Easterling needs to get back to the huddle right there, but a tough way to go on this one. So now Lewis County is going to be able to come away with this one. They're probably going to take a knee, get one last play. A tough way to lose this, but
hard fought
game.
8-6. Come on.
The break. Nope. The breaks just didn't go our way in the first half, and we weren't able. Defense again rises up and keeps us in the game. Gives us a chance. The offense in these conditions just could not get untracked, and we could not get the big play that we were used to getting at one point through the game.
Amen, Coach. You nailed it right there. We didn't have the pop plays tonight, and it cost us. I mean, even if we could have pushed in that 2-point conversion, then this would be a tie game right now. That 2-point conversion was absolutely blown up, and we're going to come out of here with our first loss on the year, but our guys just need to keep their heads up.
We still have everything ahead of us. We're still in control of our own destiny right there, and we've got to make sure we understand that coming back. It's a tough way. It's a tough way to lose a game. Hopefully our kids will learn. The coaches will get them together, and we'll talk about how, where we had our chances and where we didn't. But let's take a quick break. Let's take a quick break and come back and wrap this up. You're listening to Front Porch Sports Network and the WKOM Game of the Week. We'll be right back after these messages.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
A tough loss for the Mount Pleasant Tigers tonight to the Lewis County Panthers, 8-6.
That's a baseball score, Coach. That's a baseball score.
In some really difficult conditions, driving rain left over from Hurricane Helene. Our team played well. They played tough. They played hard. They played with a lot of spirit and pride. Just didn't get the breaks.
No, defense played well. I mean, we let up, one touchdown and a 2-point conversion. We got to have more from the offense. I know it's tough conditions. We all knew that. We knew that coming in. We just didn't get it tonight. We had we really started with a good, distinct pace, a couple hard-nosed runs. We just couldn't finish drives off, couldn't generate points, and we come out with our first loss of the year. But props to Lewis County. They came in here. They were tough, and they earned the win.
Yeah, they evened their season record to 3-3, and I think that evens their record for 2-2 in the region. Mount Pleasant, again, takes their first loss, so they go 5-1 so far, and they're 2-1 or 3-1 in the region so far. But the schedule doesn't get any easier from here. Next week we go to DCA for a non-region match, and then we have a bye week during fall break. And after that, we come back in, and East Hickman, who is on a big roll this year.
We got to be able to.
We got to take them on. They're kind of the class of the league right now, according to Coach Hartsville. So we've got a big challenge ahead of us.
And DCA's no slouch next week.
And then also Loretto's in that, and they're having a good year. So
they hung 61 points.
So we've got on this team here, obviously in different conditions, but that's the challenge ahead of us. And again, we have control of our own destiny. We didn't really lose anything here except an unbeaten streak.
Yeah, and I felt like we were coached well. We cut down on the penalties in these, like I said, tough conditions. Good job for Coach Hartsfield and them. And
we're getting close here. We got to wrap this up here pretty quick. But
yeah,
I think we need to have co-players of the game on this one.
Let's do it.
On defense, Taylon Russell had some huge plays, especially in the first half, but also in the second half. Playing off of the attention that Connor was getting, made some big plays. I also want to throw in there this time, our punter.
Yeah. You don't get many special team players again, but he was great.
He did a great job punting into the wind, kicking it away from the receivers, and then that punt that put him all the way down on the 5-yard line off of that low punt with the wind. Did a great job getting the ball off and really giving our defense the chance to keep them in a hole.
Absolutely.
Did a great job tonight in some really tough conditions. So congratulations to those young men, Taylon Russell and to Braden Case, for being players of the game. Unfortunately, though, in a loss, but again, a well-played game.
Nope.
Yeah, you kind of hate to see anybody come out on the bottom of this one.
Yeah, no reason to hang your head, guys. Keep those heads up, and we'll get them next week. I mean, we've had the same weather since before kick here. I mean, it's just been steady, windy, raining. It's bad.
Next week we go to DCA, like I said, for a non-region matchup, and then we get a break. And I think we kind of need the break to let some people heal up. We got some nicks here and there, and I think it'll be a good time for a break as we go into the last half of the season with a big challenge in front of us.
Yep.
So, again, next week we go to DCA, and we will see you then. But again, unfortunately, Mount Pleasant ends up on the short end of this one, 8-6 to the Lewis County Panthers. Congratulations to Lewis County, and we will see you all next week. This is the Front Porch Sports Network and the WKOM 101.7 Game of the Week. So long, everybody.